Yes, my dear friends, sticks and stones can break your bones, but names can never hurt you. Or can they? That's the story today. First, my dear friends, it's -2. Feels like -2, and I think that guy could take his mask off, don't you? Cheers. For me, it is Saturday morning. For you, it's Sunday or later, very likely Sunday morning. And what the hell is the hippie talking about? I've been meaning to do this one for a while. I want to tell you, I was raised with that saying, sticks and stones can break your bones, but names can never hurt you. And I have used that as a catalyst to train my own kids, teach my own kids, train, they're not animals, to teach my own kids to be strong against adversity, to fight back against the meanness of other people, because it will always exist. And even up to a few months ago, I was still using it and thinking about it and saying, come on folks. I even said once, it seems in this new world, language is being equated to violence, while violence is being equated to speaking for those that are oppressed or feel oppressed. And I took consideration with that. I'm trying to find the right way to say this without saying it too deeply, without offending, because none of this is meant as offense. This is you're seeing the hippie grow. You're seeing me expand my own thoughts, because as society moves, we move with it. We may move a little bit behind it, some of us slower than others, but we start to catch on. Now, the catalyst to me thinking, hold it, do names hurt? Let me actually back up or go way forward and say, I'm trying to tell you that words can hurt almost as much, and sometimes more, depending on the person, than the sticks and stones. And that doesn't mean I'm asking you to pick up sticks and stones. I'm asking you to be careful with your words. I do not agree with Canada's thoughts on hate speech and laws against speech and stuff like that. I believe that 99% of us will say the right thing at the right time every time. However, we all make mistakes, and that small 1%, when you've got 7 billion people on Earth, 1%'s a lot of people. So there will always be those who call names on people. The idea of that adage, of that poem that I was raised with, was to try to get people to have a tougher skin, to accept that people will be rude before they're violent, and that rudeness does not need to hurt you if you can be tough. And I mentioned it to Pasha walking to school one day. I said, you know, son, I keep going back to the old adage, sticks and stones will break your bones, but names will never hurt you. And he says, but it's wrong, Dad. Names can hurt. Dad, a little while ago, somebody called me a straight, cis, white male. I always thought I'd be proud if somebody said that, but I knew the way they meant it, and I knew that in some way I disgusted them, and it hurt me inside, and I carry it. And that got me thinking, hold it. Yeah, sometimes when people call me names, and it happens, especially running a YouTube channel, there are times you just consider the source and let the baby have their cookie. But depending where those words can come from, they can cut like a knife. They can hurt. And it gave me a new thought as to, I've said this before, for the past quite a few years, society thanks and no thanks to progressives has gone way, way to the left. Now, I'm going right, but that's your left. So, gone way, way to the left. So far so that we're all sitting there scratching our heads, this doesn't make sense. Pendulums always swing too far, and now it's coming back, but it won't come back to the same point it always was. It'll come back a little further left. We have all, and I will say now, thanks to the woke, no thanks for most things, but thanks to this movement, we've all become a little more compassionate, a little more understanding, a little more open to the pains and tribulations, the trials and tribulations of those around us, of those we know and those we don't know. We have become a little more cognizant of the many minorities of people who still want to walk with pride and strength and want to be acknowledged that they're not crazy, they're just living differently. And I'm okay with that. Now, as we bring that pendulum back into a new position, let's make some common sense in this position. Yes, let's understand that words can hurt too, but let's not legislate. Let's propagate. I like that. Don't legislate, propagate. Propagate the world with the good thoughts that you have. Let people know that you don't care where they come from, as long as they come from a point of love. And let's get back, let's continue with the compassion, but get back to some logic into society, that we don't need to be super woke, but we need to be careful of those around us. So I am thankful for the change and hopeful for a little bit of normalcy coming back. Peace and cheers, friends. See ya on tonight's live show. That'll always be linked right here. Peace.